Welcome to Flipping the Switch, where we explore the paradoxical nature of truth, lies, and enlightenment. Today, we begin with a provocative idea. The American people are farthest away from the truth at the exact same time they are closest to it.
We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false.
When I ask you to consider the opposite of everything, it's not going to take very long before you get to something that explodes your head. Here's an example. I try to use the most common culture of the past for the people who are like me in Generation X so that we can find a place where we can understand each other, because we are speaking about a cultural product that is an absolute truth in the mind of everybody. There is nobody arguing about the fact that the film Back to the Future was called Back to the Future. Okay? Are we at a common enough place in the world to consider that an historical truth? All right. Now we must consider the opposite of everything, and we're just doing it for mental gymnastics because it is the process of wallowing in our own thoughts for a little while. And this is a magical thing to do. I try to keep everything as simple and stupid as possible, because that's easier to plan. Now we're going to look at the film Back to the Future, and we're going to contemplate the opposite of the title. I'm going to give you a moment. Okay, so now we assume that this is 100% true, and it is a disclosure that is the most generous way to lie that has ever been invented. And that's just to tell you the opposite of the truth. We've performed the hack of flipping something around. Because if we live in a contrast-based reality that is super duper binary between black and white, and we're at the end of contrast, it means that the truth is the opposite of everything that we take for granted. Even something that is super duper common culture as Back to the Future, the film that everybody has seen.
Oh, every time the mystery's told, they cue the music soft and cold. A minor key with shadows near. You think we're hunting ghosts in here. It's all so dark, so full of dread, but really we could laugh instead. Why are we scared of every fact? Just give a smile and we'll be back. Lugubrious music, take a hike. You're making this feel like a graveyard fight. We could be laughing or solving clues, but you're too busy making us lose our shoot boot.
But now we're thinking about forward to the past. So yeah, I'm trying to figure that out because I found it in practice. I found a method to time travel in practice, which is, like explain quite plainly and blatantly across hundreds of years. And it's all super excellent work. So now I feel like super self-conscious because I'm like totally disclosing the work of people in the past who are still alive, but also under an NDA. And up until recently, like I felt like I did not have the proper understanding of the work to truly appreciate their work. After the initial shock of discovering what everything is about, there's like this period of developing the ability to appreciate the work of people who work in national security, specifically clowns, the performative communicators. And for like years and years, I've racked my brain trying to figure out like where these damn clowns fit into the national security system. And I've had to read treaties between the UK and Canada and the United States that happen in my city. I've just like tried to figure out like where does the Ghost Army start and end? Where does the CIA begin? Where's like the old Signal Corps people in there? How do they relate to the Queen, I'm drowning under a bunch of details about the astounding professionalization of everything that is related to entertainment. Entertainment itself is a demonstration of the fact that it is a military operation. And before I was talking about Hugh Hefner being the fetishist of the number 2. We're in a duality. So Hugh Hefner was the king of the circus. He is the principal provider of duality. Like people think, oh my God, Hugh Hefner could not have been also a spy or also a good guy. He pinched girls' asses. And it's like, at some point, when you understand that this is a military operation and start to appreciate each one of these people for their absolutely beautiful backstory, the amazing place where they come from, and like what they've accomplished in terms of national security, it's not the same picture.
I'd like you to meet Mr. Hugh Hefner.
Oh, Mr. Hefner. Harry says I look like something out of your Playboy centerfold.
Yes, the staple.
The celebrities that people are always pointing at, they form a wall around us. And they reflect back in. So if you are in like North America, there's a wall around this. And this is all the celebrities that everybody knows and everybody loves. Behind them, looking the other way, is a lookalike, a clone of sort. And they babysit the internationals who are watching the United States and going, oh my God, the land of the free is amazing. I'm going to come and get myself some. This is the land of the free has been driving a honeypot scheme for the freeloaders of the world for a long time. Like, I can't even find the beginning, to be honest with you. I talked about my ancestor, Deborah Reed. She was the wife of the first postmaster of the United States, Benjamin Franklin, who was incredibly well connected in Europe because, of course, he hung out at all the brothels. He was running Middleton operations in France, but like via the Netherlands stuff. But anyhow, like, as it turns out, they accomplished things that are kind of amazing through seeing the post pass by. The point of Playboy was to welcome people's opinions and the craziest story they ever heard. This is what publishers and producers, this is what they vacuum. They vacuum the craziest story you've ever heard. And the producers have to juggle, with all of these stories, and they have, there's always people in all the important media organizations who are going to catch the signs of the people they need to figure out more about. They're looking for signs mostly of closed communities that exist outside of contact with other people, and that they're involved in organized crime. In the early 20th century, everything that is related to the nerds, it always has this amazing security component. The air races across the United States, like this was an opportunity for the early aviators to map settlements that were not known to the general public. That's the thing. This is like the unknown history of the United States. Is the I can't believe I got there, but right now I'm saying that Cannibal, the musical, which is about a weird reality of the Old West that nobody ever talks about, but Hugh Hefner asked Trey Parker and Matt Stone to make this film, to disclose this, unfortunate truth about the 19th century. They get to work for God by disclosing the truth and therefore helping the entire community to manifest Luke 8:17, so that all of the truth is out there.
For nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light.